There's this energy coming through that somebody is feeling trapped. Maybe not trapped, but more like stuck. So we have the Ten of Cups, which is, happiness, fulfillment. It's the happiest you can be. And I'm just noticing the family on here. And so when we see the Eight of Swords, this person feels trapped, but it's like up in their head. And so the message coming through is that you are a person who has a lot of happiness in your life, and maybe you're like, you've got a family and children and, a very full life when it comes to that, but you're feeling stuck. Like you want something outside of that. And that doesn't mean you don't want what you have, but we have the Ace of Pentacles here. And so maybe for some of you, you're looking to go back to work, or you're, maybe you're happy and you're financially struggling a little bit. So the Ace of Pentacles can be, new money coming in, a new opportunity, new job offer, and again, for some of you, maybe you're just looking to go back to work. Maybe you're just ready for more. Maybe you want something where you have like your own money. Yeah, Seven of Wands. This is like working towards something, accomplishing quite a lot. You could just be in a place where I'm just noticing the books too being pushed out. Kind of reminds me of like Jenga. You could feel like if you're a stay-at-home parent, you could feel like you've accomplished quite a bit in life, but you're at this point where you feel like everything you've worked towards, and for some of you, like maybe you've gotten degrees, or you have, like a career that you had to put on hold, or maybe you have a career and your family life is somehow kind of interfering with the ability to gain further success, if that resonates. And we have the Magician. It's like you have everything you need and everything you want, but something feels like it's lacking, and maybe you're just needing to balance things in your life. We have the Hanged Man. And this is like a change, or like seeing things from a different perspective. If you've had a timeout in regards to like your professional life or career because of having a family, or maybe for some of you have new additions to your family, and so you are really kind of in a place where you are on a timeout, with like maternity or paternity leave or whatever, and you just feel like you're stuck, and you're hearing losing your swagger. Yeah, death and rebirth. It's like maybe looking at life through a different lens where, yes, things may never quite be the same for you in your career or professionally, but it's okay for things to change. So we have, the rebirth, or like the birth, like you've had a birth, and so it is dramatically going to transform and change your life, but something new can be birthed from the change. So I'm hearing that you can still have everything you want, but maybe this Ace of Pentacles, this new opportunity, is going to come through looking quite a bit differently than what you previously had. So it's not that you have to throw everything out the window of what you've previously accomplished and that you're never going to have it again, it might just look different. With the Seven of Swords, this is all about, moving with strategy. So maybe you have a different approach. Maybe you end up working from home, or, maybe you just end up with a slightly different direction altogether. Like your path has been rerouted is what I'm getting. And the Four of Coins. You could have a hard time letting go of your old life. And with the Six of Wands, maybe you're a person who received a lot of recognition and has been in the spotlight, or is in the public eye. And so maybe you're at this place where having to take a step out of the spotlight is something you're really struggling with. Like you're going through like a major adjustment period in your life. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And maybe for some of you, you can't work that particular job anymore. Maybe you have chosen to walk away from it because you decided to have a family, or you have, familial responsibilities. So you could just be really struggling, feeling like you can't have it all, and that, it's the Five of Wands. This is struggle. Like you're really struggling with this change, and I'm hearing for some of you it's causing or adding to like depression. Like maybe you're having postpartum depression. Queen of Cups, there she is. Holding her pregnant belly. Sorry, I'm not laughing. It's just the fact that the card came out when I was just talking about postpartum depression. This is a newer deck too. I've only used this a couple times, so I haven't seen all the cards. But and it could be, it doesn't have to be the mother. I mean, there's no gender in tarot. It could just be a parent. This could also be, the masculine feeling like, they've had to sacrifice aspects of their financial livelihood and their career and where they're headed with it to have a family. And that could also be causing depression. But yeah, the Nine of Coins. So this is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm just getting this energy that something else is going to be coming in for you, right? So maybe what you thought was going to be your Ten of Pentacles of having it all is you're still going to have it all. It's just going to look different. And you just have to give it some time, because especially if you've just recently added a member to your family, congratulations. I know it can be very difficult. It's a lot, but it's a huge blessing. And you don't have to have all the steps figured out right now for how this is going to pan out later. I'm just hearing that baby steps, literally. And maybe that's when things start, shifting, is when your baby starts taking first steps. So maybe 9 months, 10 months, a year could be a significant time frame for people. But the Queen of Cups could also be that you are going to birth new opportunities, new adventures, and maybe what having it all looks like isn't what it used to look like. It just morphs and changes. So I'm just getting that you are going to have it all. It's just not going to look exactly the way it did before you ventured down this path. And with the Page of Swords, you will be getting more insight and information. But right now, I think it's just important, maybe Three of Cups, to, you know, lean on friends or support groups, or, you know, just know that with the Six of Cups, you have a beautiful life ahead of you. And I'm just seeing all the kids in the lemonade stand. So it's just not going to look the same. And that's okay. That's just part of life and how life can change and transform.